Diverse reading is the best type of reading in my opinion, so let's go over my top 5 fictions that I read in 2025. At number 5, give me 11/22/63 by Stephen King, which I am proud of myself. This was my first ever Stephen King novel, and it was incredible, where we have our main character having to go back in time to prevent the JFK assassination, but he learns that the past fights back in many different ways, shapes, and forms. But this book was emotional and heavier at times, which I didn't see coming, and it was loaded with history and sci-fi. This book was awesome. At number 4, Kindred by Octavia Butler, which is more of a sci-fi dystopian horror fiction where our main character keeps getting sucked back in time into the antebellum South, where she has to survive as a slave while confronting the ties between past and present. Kindred is such a staple, and Octavia Butler is truly an incredible author. If you have not read Kindred, you gotta add this to your list and check it out, because this book, it's truly amazing. Now, out of all the Mitch Albom books that I've read in the past, Twice really stood out to me because this book is quite literally about second chances, where our main character has this power, this ability to redo certain situations and scenarios that happened in his past for a different outcome in the future. Mitch Albom only writes incredible and deep, thought-provoking stories, and Twice is exactly one of those. This book was fantastic, and literally everything Mitch Albom writes, I will read. At number 2, Frankenstein, the 1818 text by Mary Shelley. I'm still thinking about this book, and I've never been so impressed while reading a story than when I was reading Frankenstein, because not only was Mary Shelley 18 years old when she wrote this masterpiece, but her character work, incredible. I'm still speechless and floored about how much depth she gave to these characters, but Frankenstein was absolutely incredible and definitely one you should check out. And at number 1, James by Percival Everett, because I'm going to be the guy to give Percival Everett his flowers. James was fantastic. This is a reimagining slash retelling of Huckleberry Finn told by the perspective of Jim or James. But this book was absolutely incredible, and it was one of those ones I always saw front and center, just staring at my soul in bookstores and libraries, and I took a chance on it, and it was my favorite fiction of 2025. If you have not read this one, give it a shot. You don't have to read Huckleberry Finn in order to enjoy this piece of literature, but James by Percival Everett takes the number 1 spot in 2025. This book was incredible. And there you have it, my top 5 fictions of 2025. I love dipping my toes into other genres to see if I'll vibe with that specific space, so I encourage you to do the same. Let me know what 5 fictions that you read last year that you loved, and as always, happy reading.